So I thought I will sit in this position and give you a bit of a rundown of what it is to think whilst one is trying to meditate or zen out or be cool, as everyone is trying to be nowadays, which I think is a great thing because we do need to wake up and realize what's going on and that we're it, you're it, and that means your body's it and your thinking brain. So your thinking brain sits here inside your skull and it is connected via a spinal cord into your spine, into your legs, into your arms. And we're going to use our thinking brain. We're going to send electrical impulses to the body. It's not a body exercise, it is a thinking exercise. So I sit and I say, I'm allowing my neck to be free. Did you see what happened? You can't see much, it's very subtle. It's a thought. Movement is nice because it's fine. Sometimes when you're thinking, you're like, oh, I'm holding there, I'm going to move, let it go. As long as you differentiate between this is a movement and this is a thought, which is basically nothing. Can't see it always from the outside. So usually in this position, people try and mechanically get into the right place. So they're like, okay, I have to be up straight. I'm sitting like this and I don't want to be uncomfortable, so I'm actually putting my weight over my knees, which makes it a bit easier. And then whatever. And I would say it's important to learn the directions in this position so that you can find the natural organization of the body. And then you can just sit like this and it's very comfortable. It takes a while to get the directions going and flowing in the body. Remember, directions are a type of electrical flow and they sustain a coordination. And if the coordination is going right, then the position is can be sustained more easily. So I'm thinking of my free neck. Sitting somewhere over here. It's where the spine connects to the skull. You can put your hands on your ears, or you can just, somewhere in there. You can open an anatomy book and find it. The top of your spine connects to your skull. You want that joint to remain free. How do you do a freedom? You can't do a freedom. You allow a freedom. It is a Zen art. And you are going to learn it because it's the only way to total amazing physical and mental amazingness, in my opinion. That's a joke. Okay. So I'm allowing my neck to be free so that my head can sit a little bit forward and a little bit up. So usually people are stressed and they sit like this, You'll see people have their heads tilted a little bit back. And that's not what we're going for. We're going for free neck. And you're allowing the head to go forward and up. And it tends to go a little bit this way and a little bit up the back. So the back's lengthening and widening, sustaining the whole back and the back of the head. So as soon as you pull your head back, you squash in the spine. So this is back and down, forward and up. Gives you a bit of that idea. It's a thinking thing, and it gets the energy going and moving and sustained in the body. But you have to give it some time. You can't just think of it and expect it to appear. You have to take some time. So I'm taking time. I'm thinking. I'm allowing my neck to be free so that my head can go forward and up, so that my back can lengthen and widen. I'm thinking of the freedom in my hips, and I'm thinking of my knees going forward and away. When I have my knees going forward and away, it's going like sewer. It's going like sewer, brother. It's going like this. So the knees go this way, and the back goes back and up. A little bit like that. Because the knees are going forward and away, I have some support for my back to stay back and up. hips free, knees going forward and away. Shoulders. Shoulders are quiet. So the shoulder joint's in here somewhere. Hip joint's in here somewhere. It's quite low down. So from here, I'm thinking of my knees going forward and away. From here, I'm thinking of the length in my spine. And from here, I'm always making sure my head's not pulling back and down onto my spine. They say, or at least it was there from Alexander, head, neck, and back is your primary control. It's your primary organism. The legs and the arms are just like, I don't know, monkey limbs running around. But most of your organs are here and obviously inside your brain. So the brain's the motor. It runs into this thing called the spine, which is this dynamic thing in your back. And then you have limbs. Your primary control are 3 directions. Neck free, head forward and up, back to lengthen, back to widen. You can write them down, stick them on your fridge, so that you can become au fait with those concepts. And then the idea is to quieten down so that you can think them. Sometimes you'll find, usually if you totally like slumped over, you know what I mean? And you end up, going like into your full stature, that you may be holding yourself up. And I would say, in the slumped person's situation, holding yourself up a little, even though it feels tense, it's not bad. So you need the energy and the tension to hold it up, and then the magic begins when you start organizing the tension. And you help it to go this way, and you help it to go this way. So once it's been conjured, and you're holding yourself a little bit more lengthened, you can think of it, keep on lengthening, keep on lengthening, keep on lengthening. You can think of it widening and widening and widening and widening. And you build some tone in your back to sustain this spine of yours that is your life. So the auxiliary or peripheral or the other directions, shoulders free, arms lengthened to the fingertips, hips free, knees going forward and away, those are secondary. Primary, neck free, head forward and up. Secondary, hips free, knees go forward and away. Shoulders are quiet, arms lengthened to the fingertips. Your feet are going out, got free ankles. Anyways, there's lots of small ones. I mean, you can, we say, we think of our elbows going to the ceiling because it helps to sustain the length in the body. You can think of having free wrists and free ankles, feet connected to the ground if you're standing. And essentially, you have to get to know this direction. That one, People think up is there, but can you notice I pull my head back actually when I think of up? Up is in the right coordination is the spine. The spine goes up. It's not the head pulling back. The spine, it goes up here, up into the sky, to infinity and beyond. And you'll get it because it's there, it's natural. There's a hole at the top of your head where your stress well, it's not just stress, but all the things in your life shoots up out of your head, out of your fingertips, and you stay connected to the ground. It's magic, man, I tell you what. It's also just physiology and the wonderful science and electricity of the brain and this wonderful conscious evolved art that we are discovering, which is that when you think about your body, you are sending electrical impulses into the system and you are educating it. You're directing it. It's called constructive conscious direction, control of the body. Control is a bit of a strong word. We'll call it guidance. direction and guidance of the body. So it's nice. I mean, I got free ankles, I got free knees, I got a free hip. Look, once one gets the thinking going and it integrates into the system, then you, okay, let's just first say the thinking is a soft and quiet practice. Very boring. Like maths or doing something responsible. Very boring. But it's the best thing in the world. So we're quieting down, allowing our neck to be free, allowing our head to go forward and up, allowing the back to lengthen and widen, allowing the shoulders to be quiet, allowing the hips to be free, allowing the knees to go forward and away. We're allowing the breath to go in and go out and go in and go out and go in and go out. You don't want to stop the breath, and you don't want to fix the eyes. And you want to go neck free, head forward and up, back lengthen and widen, shoulders are quiet, hips are free, knees go forward and away. Neck free, head goes forward and up, back's lengthening and widening, quiet in the shoulders, arms to lengthen to the fingertips. Hips free, knees to go forward and away.